In this video I troubleshoot my backup camera. It was giving me a blue screen, and that kind of tells me that I have reverse sensing. When I put it in gear, it's trying to activate the camera or to see what the camera is looking at, but it's just not seeing anything. So I either have a bad camera or a bad power supply or ground to that camera. So I'm checking. I'm going to take off the tailgate handle and pull out the camera and see if I have power to the camera. I should have 12 volts constant to the camera, and then it just has a ground wire and then a positive and negative lead from the radio. A video positive, video negative are basically like RCA camera inputs here. So the one on the far right of the connector, the white and brown one, is power supply. The black one on the left is ground, and then a couple of unused ones in that circuit. So I checked the fuse, number 113, at the fuse block behind the battery in the engine compartment on the right side. Then I'm turning on power so that I can check it for power back at the camera. And I put it in reverse, not because it will supply power, but it does change what the blue screen would see. If you have it in reverse, if the camera's working, you would see it. But somebody already back probed this. You can see a few puncture marks in the line. So somebody was chasing this problem before I got the truck as well. And so I checking it there and no power. So I'm going to pull out the camera and I'm going to jump power to it and see if I get the camera to come alive. So taking that out. And I'm going to plug it in and back probe it with a couple of yellow headed pins into the back of the connector, and then hook it up to 12 volt power supply. And then I'm going to go look at my screen and see if I get anything now. And sure enough, my camera came alive, so I don't have a bad camera. I just have a problem with power or ground. So after getting it up in the air and looking back by the tailgate on the back side of their tire, my particular vehicle had all kinds of broken wires for some reason. There's evidence that this pickup had been doing some mud bogging and off-roading, so something could have happened there. So before I troubleshot it any further, no sense in tracing circuits if you got a bunch of broken ones. So where I had broken wires, I heat shrunk and soldered them together and put the harness back in repair, hooked up the camera again, and that fixed my power supply problem, or possible ground problem, whichever one it ended up having. But since I bought a camera in hopes of shotgunning it, and that lens had a distorted part on it anyway that made it kind of foggy looking through, I went ahead and put in the new camera. But if you're lucky, maybe you won't have to do that, or at least you'll know with certainty that you do need to replace the camera by seeing this video on checking it for power and knowing if you got a bad camera or not. So hooking all the connectors in, I got the backup light there that assists in the reverse, and then the camera in the tailgate handle, putting everything back together in the latch, and should be good to go. So I hope you found this video useful and that you'll like and subscribe, and that you're able to diagnose your own camera problems with a little bit better understanding of the circuit and the operation of it.